I've got to ask you about a gentleman that you don't really like to talk about. Mr. Edwards says that you're 100% going to meet, and if it's not in the octagon, then it's going to be on the streets. But I know a lot of fighters would never want to fight anybody if it wasn't for money. So what do you say to that?
I mean, the dude is delusional and confused, you know. I saw a recap of what he did of the night, you know. He thinks he's 100% right of what happened. I'm doing an interview, like I am right now. And if somebody was to ask me a question, I'd politely say, hey, give me a second, I'm doing an interview. Now imagine, I just fought there until I got fight of the night, I got knockout of the night, and I'm getting interviewed about this. Why are you trying to steal my shining light? Go get your own. You had your chance to do it. It was a split decision. People were booing you. Nobody clapped, and you're from there. People were happy when I won. Even though I beat the hometown guy, they were cheering for me. Why is that? And he can't see that, you know? He's just a hater and a little jealous, you know? So for my Asian fans that are watching that are minors, I'm not going to say the word, but the dude is delusional, you know? He asked me a question in my interview. That was enough already for me to get confrontational because you know what I'm doing. I'm working here. We can talk later. If talking is what you want to do, we could do it later. And then tells me to shut up. You know what I'm saying? And then puts his hands up when I approach him to talk to him. The dude, when he says about the street fighting and stuff, that's just him trying to create some type of attention or clout, as the youngsters say. Because he doesn't want no problems. I'm a real life dog, man. In the streets, ain't going to be no referee to pull me off. When that guy finally makes it into the top 10, if he ever does, I'll be there to welcome him with open arms, and I'll send him right back to reality. You know, he's a very delusional individual. A lot of fighters are. A lot of fighters got to pound their chest, and I'm the best, and I'm the best. And then they find out the harsh way that you're not. You're just another guy that thought he was the best, you know. I don't really like to talk about him too much because I feel like I made that dude famous. He's literally famous more than anything in his career for me addressing him and putting him in check. And of course, I has to sting and hurt him. I mean, who wants to be famous for that? For you being the loudmouth that got put in check? Nobody wants to be that guy, you know? It was him and his crew of posse. He was with like 3-4 guys. You think I got scared or I gave a fuck? No, you know? So him saying like shit that I sucker punch him. How do I sucker punch you? I walked up right to your fucking face, man. You know, and you're there with your whole posse. I'm built different. I actually come from a very humble place. Not a pretend humble place like this individual does. And to tell you the truth, all these fighters, man, talking about violence and street shit, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't want that, you know, because I really come from that place, and there's a lot of people that are behind me that are really from that place. So him making threats like that, you know, maybe not the brightest thing, man, because it's not what you think, player. You know, I'm not your friend. I never will be. I come from a different place, man. He needs to look at this interview and look at my eyes and realize I'm a very pretty, handsome motherfucker, but I'm a motherfucking dog, man. I'm a devil, man. And all this shit, man, you know, seeing like Connor throwing fucking shit through the window and stuff, like the sport's getting a little bit out of control, you know, with some shit. And there's some real hood street motherfuckers out there. You're looking at the alpha of them, you know, and the people that are behind me, same thing. So these threats that he's making that he's going to catch me on the street, man, he better just slow that down because, you know, not going to work out well for him in any way, shape, or form, you know.